Hello, I'm Rachael Colley and I'm part of YSI's Sculpture Network for 2022. This is my first large-scale tubular steel sculpture. I make quite a lot of these kind of pieces where they're almost like 3D drawings where I'm trying to communicate aspects of my eating experience. I find it quite a therapeutic process, and I suppose that's what I get from a lot of my making, is this process of thinking through things, through the materials. So you can see the smaller scale models on the wall behind the main piece, and then the piece was kind of contrived as this idea of having a space to be in and possibly a space to consume in, and that it could be kind of within an outdoor environment, I'd imagined, and so that you could be quite grounded in sitting on the ground. It's kind of questioning those themes around eating, which goes with my health problems. I have systemic sclerosis, which affects my GI tract mainly at the moment, and has stopped my esophagus from working properly. So I have quite a lot of difficulties with eating, with swallowing different foods. And I also think my autism, my ASD, is also kind of linked in with that. Now I look more at that. Apparently eating quite beige, quite bland food is a bit of a thing, apparently, within the autistic community sometimes. So that's also something I hadn't really considered before. I just thought that I quite liked bland food because of my health problem. This was another of the installations from the site gallery exhibition, which was called Soft Loop. This was another one of the installations that was kind of exploring a kitchen and workshop making environment, and placing tools and different things in different orientations and different configurations. And also I was thinking about making for my specific body, my hands, again, kind of that grounding of sitting on the floor or quite near to the floor, which is my experience at working at the jeweler's bench. You tend to be on quite a low stool. Moving on from the site gallery exhibition, had the chance to work with the Inari, and it was great to have the chance to respond to the Index of Convalescence, which is something that Laura Mansfield and Sven Steinhauser have been putting together. So this is the resulting exhibition at Brewery Arts. So then this was sort of a play on the idea of buffer girls, which within the metalworking industry in Sheffield is one of the more well-known jobs that women were tasked with, which is kind of like the stages before polishing an item. You would buff it with a polishing mop that would spin on a motor, and you would usually have to wear lots of clothes and a nice apron to try and keep yourself clean. And the buffing mops that you can see there are not weights. They're the fabric mops that you would use to buff with. But I've also kind of combined them with different materials, including cut up yoga mats and used materials that I've found through the gym environment. So I was trying to sort of play with these different environments of the gym and the kitchen and the workshop as these overlapping parts for me. And again, I really like just the silliness of when you Google buffer girl, it comes up with weightlifting women, and that always intrigued me as well.